Hi Raji. Hi. Hi. Am I audible, Raji? Am I audible? Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you, Raji. Thank you. Okay, let's wait for people. Hi, hi, Manoj. Hi, hi, Funny. Hi. Let's wait for people. Hi, Faiz. How are you? Thank you, Funny. Thank you, thank you. So, how are you guys? How are you? How's everything? You're just doing fine. Okay. So yeah, live starts at 8. So meanwhile, I just started 10 minutes earlier so that we can talk something else. So that is why I started the live earlier. Hi Sudeva. Hi. Hi. Okay, we are about to start our sprint 3. So what are your thoughts? So are you guys good enough? Are you guys excited to see what's your tasks? What are your tasks and all? So Faiz or Sudeva or someone else from the team, someone else from the viewers, do you want to share something like got a lot of them this sprint? Yeah, yes, you got a lot of tasks. Okay. So you guys watch the videos of what you are going to do in the sprint 3, right? You're looking forward to work towards it. Yes, watch to see. Okay. What do you feel, guys? Hi, Venkat. Hi, Venkat. So, what do you feel, guys? Do you think that the intensity of the tasks or the work what you are doing has been increasing gradually, sprint by sprint, right? Hi, Pujit. Hi. So, I'm just asking that the tasks, the level of the task has been increasing gradually, sprint by sprint, right? So, I believe in sprint one you got one task that is to fix the layout, but this time you're almost building a lot of tasks or a lot of features in one sprint itself. Have you guys observed this, that the intensity of the tasks are getting uh, can't agree at the same time, can't deny it, you see, but got a lot of them. Okay, nice. What do you feel, Faiz? Like do you feel that the work what you are doing till now is that kind of moderate or easy or kind of difficult or something which you have never done? This option is also there. Okay, let us wait. We got 13 members. What happened? Today is Monday, man. Only the establishment of connection is a bit tricky, Rishi. Okay. Yeah. Connection, establishing of connection is crucial for to establish a communication between client and server, right? That is tricky, obviously. But if that is done, and if you are able to pass one data from server to the client, then the path is same. Like you got the connection, you know how to send the data. That's all. Everything is done. So all you have to do is you just have to follow the same approach for each and every API. Yeah. What about you, Sudeva? Like, how about your module? Like, you have been implementing the header controls, right? So you have the menu text and the image uploader option. Could did you understood like what is the feature you are working on? Do you have any idea? You got some essence of what is the feature you're working on and where how people are going to use that kind of. And coming to asking the same question for the Pujit. So Pujit, have you understood your team? Did you guys understood that where are you going? I think we are working on menu navigation on mobile. Yeah, that's perfect. That is actually true. So what about you, Pujit? Like, have you understood like what is the feature you're working on? What is the use of that feature? Kind of. Hmm, not bad. Not bad, guys. We got 22 people. Nice, nice. Let's wait for one more minute and let's start after that. So, up to now, everything is going smoothly as I have grasped its essence of utility now. Okay, that's great. That's great, Pujit. Yeah, it's all about uh, growing step by step. You have to understand the feature and you have to uh, understand the whole working of the module and you have to inject that whole working in your DNA. Then only you'll be able to enjoy what you are doing. Nice, nice, nice to hear all of this. So who else are there? Like, is there anyone from other teams? ACM team, PFM team. PFM team, I know Faiz is already here. And what about others, guys? Let's greet. Let's greet. Hi everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, let's wait for 30 seconds more. Okay, okay. Akash and Pavan are on the way, Rishi. Okay, okay, okay. I like the way how you are adding emojis to your text file. A nice creativity. Okay. Meanwhile, even we worked on something today. I don't know whether it will work or not, but let me see. See if I keep thumbs up. Let me check whether it is. Yeah. If I put down thumbs, yeah. This. I mean, there are some other actions which I can perform, but I don't. I don't remember those. King Bob. Okay, nice. Okay, then let's start. So basically, this live is going to be very interesting. Here we are going to talk about the action types, which we are going to focus on the sprint three. Before starting everything, I just want to congratulate that you guys have performed, I mean, very good in sprint too. But we can do even more improvements, which we are going to do now, for to make sprint three even more better and to kind of to give to make the progress even more better. Okay, so let us discuss about the action types of each and every team. After that, I have some improvements which I want to add in Sprint 3, where I'll navigate to your source code of your modules, of your respective modules, and we'll compare each and everything. Like I'll tell you some tips and tricks which you have to follow, and based on those tips and tricks, you will perform even more better in Sprint 3. All the very best for that. So without any delay, let's start. Give me a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah. My screen is ready, and okay, in a minute, in a couple of seconds. Yes, I hope you guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, please thumbs up if you can see my screen. Just give a thumbs up. Let me see. Like at this. Yes, I got this. Please give it a thumbs up. Okay, great. Uh, so, yep. Which module do you have to start first? Let me start a poll. ACN. What are the other modules? PFM and MM and DAM. Okay, I'm able to select only four options. Let me start a poll. Yeah, the poll is in your board. Please start voting. Let us start. Oh my God, PFM. Right. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. PMM, Preview Management Module. Okay. Let us wait for 10 more seconds. Right now, PMM is on the top. PMM has 36, ACM has 18, PFM has 18, DAM has 25. Okay, DAM and ACM is a tie. DAM 31%. Wow. PMM is 31. Okay, let me end the poll. I'll start with, let us see the results. So yes, you guys can see the results. We'll start with Dan. Okay. So yep, let me navigate to the dam. Okay. So this is a deployment automation module. So basically, in Sprint 3, in Sprint 2, what you guys have worked on is, you guys have worked on three tabs. That is the app config, metadata, build process, and build tab. But the thing is, we need only one tab for build process and build, so we can combine those two and make it as a single tab, that is build tab. Okay. So meanwhile, I just have let us discuss action type first, and then next let us review your source code too, and let us see what are the changes you guys have to do to perform even more better in Sprint 3. Okay, sounds good. So for we have some specific action types for authentication and authorization action types. there are set dam role, set dam package, set dam is authenticated. You guys have been you guys are already familiar with this, right? So global module specific action types. There are set dam features, means you have app config, which you guys have already done, and you guys need to you guys also have also done this metadata tab, and you added two more tabs, that is build process and build. What you have to do is you have to make that as single tab, that is build. Okay, so based on the user's package and role, we will control what are the elements which we have to display in the build tab. Like suppose if the user package is basic and user role is just a user, what will display him is will just display the version number, version name, and will show a simple button to trigger the build. But if a user is admin and if the user's package type is premium, then we'll give some more options like schedule builds and the type of build environment, that is production, release, or kind of dev environment. Okay. So yeah. So what is the change you are going to do in sprint 3 here is you are going to combine build process and the build tab, and you are going to make a single form. Okay. So yep, in DAM feature we have app config, metadata, and build. And coming to this set DAM selected feature, we are going to keep a value of the feature which is selected, the tab which is selected, and inside the app config, we have set DAM app config controls, where you'll have basic configuration, advanced configuration, and on the same way, uh, inside the DAM, inside the app config, we have basic config, right? So we need some specific form, specific data type, or maybe specific kind of, we can say it as a dictionary, through which we can auto generate the form. Like you are using a dictionary or a key value pair to generate the form automatically. Okay, so you are removing you're not hard coding each and every form element. All you are going to do is using that dictionary or the key value pair, you'll build the form generator. Okay, the same way we also have this basic data. I mean, we have this basic configuration, right? For that basic configuration, you need to add some data, or you need to get some data, or you need to fetch some data from the server, right? So for that, what you are going to do, you are going to use this action type, that is set dam AC basic data. AC is nothing but app config. Basic data is of basic configuration control. Okay. The same way for app config, advanced configuration. Okay. This flag is for to get the data from the server and to fill the details in the advanced configuration control. Okay. So coming to this metadata type, you have these controls, uh, which are necessary to create the form, to generate the form. And after that, for this metadata, I just added a short code of this, that is MD metadata. Inside that, you have general data, and you have App Store data, and you have Google Play data. Okay, so you guys have already implemented these forms, but I just written this here because the naming conventions of the action types what you guys have used is not right. Okay, so that is why I kept these action types again. Okay, and coming to this build process, we have this build process controls, we have this advanced data, we have this basic data, which you'll get from the server again. So another miscellaneous action types are, you need to have this error notification tab. Like suppose if user, let us take this as an example. Suppose we have given a specific type of version number, like version number should be in this format. Suppose user entered in another format, so then we can show kind of this error notification. Okay, and coming to this info notification, we are not focusing too much, but what we'll try to do is we'll just add a small uh, hard-coded value, just to display notification for every 10 minutes periodically. Okay, that way we are just enabling a channel where other modules or other models can communicate with your model that okay, you got info from this model kind. Okay, so coming to this dam loading state, suppose this action is also not implemented in the source code. uh, so basically, the action types, whatever I am mentioning here, I have reviewed your source code thoroughly, and I have written the action types, what you guys need to change or what you guys need to add, so on. So okay. So here the set dam loading state. Suppose let us assume that user added some configurations, metadata, and all. Okay, user saved that. Okay, user entered all the data and user just clicked on the save. So obviously we need to change the data in the backend too. So it will take some minute time, right? So maybe at that time you can show some loading symbol. Okay. So coming to this set and save action, it's just to save. While saving, if you are getting some, if it is taking some time, then you are going to enable this action, and this save action is to save the all actions. Okay, so these are the action types which you guys need to focus. And next, the important thing is, let me keep your action types beside in the left, and I have the source codes of each and every module here. Let us see what are the changes you guys need to do. And I prepared a notes also. uh, Give me a minute. Yeah, deployment automation module. So there are a lot of changes in each and every module, so it's very tough to remember. That's why I kept the notes. So give me a minute. So basically, in deployment automation text. Okay. Okay. So it is like this. I mean, you guys can see my screen, right? Do I have to increase the font size, or is it okay? Let me confirm that. Is the font size okay, or do I have to increase? Yeah, is it okay? Fine. Let me do it a bit. Okay. So the damn team, and I mean the changes, whatever I am telling, it goes for each and every team. So please pay attention for all this. So you can remove all these comments for the imports. Okay, so if you see this file, it is too much flooded with these comments. Okay, so these are self-explanatory, like you are just importing some preview controller. Instead, what you can do is you can add something like this, like module imports kind of. Okay, you can prefer these type of comments instead of writing a long comments for each and every import. Please change these, please follow these things. Okay, I know initially we have added these comments and all because just to make you feel comfortable with the source code, but now you guys have got a grip of what is this module, what are the features you're working on. You guys have got a grip on, got some essence, right? So now we don't need the comments for these imports and all. Okay, and the next change is DA action types. Yep, this is the action types. Actually, we have discussed the same point in the previous live session also in sprint 2. That is, if you see these uh, action types names, okay, the dam role is fine. See, if we have mentioned that you have to keep the set dam role action type, but you guys have added this set dam package role. Please make sure that you have to use the exact naming conventions of action type, whatever given in the PDF for you, whatever the rules and regulations which are provided to you. Okay, so if you see this set dam package here, it is written as set dam package type. If you see here, set dam is authenticated, so set dam authentication, it is like this, guys. So the I mean the module which you are going to work on, so suppose if anyone is using any action type or any value from your module, we'll have some specific guidelines, like other modules have to call so and so state variables if you want to use, if you want to access this value from this module, right? So if we change these naming conventions, it is very tough for, I mean, the whole change breaks. It won't work. It won't work properly because the naming conventions is totally different. The other guy who is working in the other module, he'll just say that, okay, fine, the value is not there in that module, so that's not my mistake or not. So please follow these naming conventions properly. Okay. And coming to this global module specific action types, we have this set damn features, set damn selected feature. This is good. Set damn feature, set damn selected feature. Yep, you guys have pretty much followed the naming conventions, but there are some places where you haven't followed. Okay. And coming to this, there is one more example. Where is this? Yes, this one. So if you see this, we have this set dam app config basic data, right? Set dam. We have used the shortcode of AC for app config, right? But you guys have added app config directly and basic config data. See this dam app config, basic config. So it's too clumsy, right, to understand. So please follow this naming conventions. Okay. So recheck this file again. So please change the naming conventions. That would be good. Okay. And the next one is DA types. Yeah. Excuse me. So here, excuse me, guys. So this file is good. So the you have the file comment and you have added the comments properly for each and everything. But if you see this part, okay, if you see this part, uh, the comments. Okay, let me compare that with the previous comments. Okay, I just wanted to show you this all because this is very important. If we are working on something, that is very important. It's DA types, right? Yes, it is DA types. Yeah, see this. This is the same global state which is there in the previous commit, right? So if you see this, the comments alignment of the comment has been changed, right? It is very clear if someone is reading this source code, right? But if you see this is kind of a bit clumsy. So try to maintain the same structure if you are adding something, and try to please add the comments here also. So that is a good practice in coding. Like people can understand just by seeing your code, right? So the same thing for this also. Okay, so please add some spaces. Please follow the same. We have this rule, right? So from the previous commit, if you check the current commit, you should not have a single space a single extra space also in the previous commit. If the change is unnecessary there, you should not do that change. Okay, so that might be space or that might be new line or kind of. So please make sure that check your previous commits. Make sure that you don't disturb the previous commits and all. Sometimes we never know how it is going to reflect and all. Sometimes for a single space, the whole system is going to corrupt. There are some specific cases where this actually happens. Okay, so please follow these and all. And that's all for this. And let me check this also. I have some more things. Yeah, the same thing goes here. You guys, you added some new features, right? So if someone is reviewing your code, they have to understand what are these variables for, what are these state variables for, and all. Okay, so please add some uh, decent and minimal comments, straight to the point. Okay, so next, another thing is, Okay, this one, this DA build form. If you see all these files, you guys have added the commands very effectively, and I really appreciate that. But if you see this file, there is no comment or there is no proper explanation of what is this file for. What is this file for? And there is no kind of, if you see this, you have some credits and you have some parameters. What are these? What are we are passing for these components? I mean, these and all. I mean, this explanation and all. Okay. So, but that is missing for this build form. And if you see this line number 6, if you see this line number 6, it is kind of dull, right? So why it is dull? If you see this main card is declared, but its value is never read or used. Okay, so please make sure that you are not using any state variables or imports or whatever it is. If it is not you, if you are not using that variable or what or that change, whatever your change you have implemented, if you are not using that, please don't include them. uh, don't include them. It's not a good practice. Okay, maybe you can, if you want to add that for the future purpose and all, you can add a small comment. Sorry, you can add a small comment behind that, that this is added for the future purpose and all. Okay, for reference kind of. Okay, so yeah, that's all. And the same thing goes for this build preview too. We haven't added this comment for the file. Okay, so build process. So please excuse me. I'm checking through my notes because it is tough to remember. Okay, the same thing goes here. This line number 8. So you have this import which is not necessary for this file because you are not using this anyway, right? And the most important change what I have observed is, if you see these controllers, yeah, we let us take one controller. Okay, that is app config controller. Okay, if you see this app config controller, you are getting these controls from state, right? You are getting these controls from state management, right? But if we see this in metadata, one second. Mm. If you see these metadata build process, yep, yep, yep. Okay, so you are getting these controls also from state only, right? Give me a second. I just observed one change. That is, where are we using this? Yeah, I think I understood. Okay, so this is a feature controller and this is app config controller. What you have done is you have dispatched an action that is set damn app config controls, right? So for this set damn app config controls, you have a reducer where you are assigning the value, the payload to the app config controls, which is in da reducer.ts, right? So you are using these app config controls somewhere, right? You are using that here. That is, let me show you. Inside this app config preview, you are actually using these app config controls, which is right because you are dispatching an action and you are storing all the controls in the state management, and then next you are actually using the controls in the app configuration preview page. Okay, but if you see the other process, I mean the build process controller, you dispatch an action, but if I see in this reducer, we have this build process controls, right? In the same way, you have app config controller controls. The same way, you also want to use this build process controls, right? But if you see this, we are not using anywhere like this build process preview. You are not using that action types here, that state management. You have to follow the same approach for each and every time. That adds some similarity for for different features. So which is easy to understand. Okay, if you understand one feature, so the concept and the architecture design is pretty much similar for each and every feature. But that is missing in this. So please make sure that you fix this first, and then next you can move on to the further steps. Okay, is that clear, damn team? That is what I wanted to discuss for the damn team. Did you guys understood like what I'm saying? Let me stop sharing. Okay, let me read the comments. So Pujit and your team. Okay, Nagendra Kumar. Thank you, Nagendra. What about Pujit? Okay, I just wanted to know, like, I mean, is there any specific reason for following this approach? I mean, do you think that it adds some uh, better, better improvements for the design or speed, performance, and all? Excuse me. Okay, fine. I think I'm okay with this. That's all for this module. So please, next time, please take care of these changes and all, and contact your mentors, assign mentors, and please make sure that to not to repeat the same thing. Okay. Thank you so much. Next, let me raise another poll. Let us see who is which team I have to explain. Damage done. PFM, ACM, and we have PMM, and we have NBM. Okay, the poll is on. Please select your respective votes. Give your respective votes. NBM 100, nice. PFM 67, ACM 0. Why? Guys, there is a heavy race between PFM and PFM, PMM, and NBM. Why? Why ACM has 0? Okay, let me end the poll. Uh, Let us see the results. Okay, so the result is so PFM has a high score, that is 38%. So let us start with PFM. Okay, damage done. Okay, so PFM. Sorry, I didn't get enough time to add these index and all. Let me. Yeah, here you are. Okay, so performance module, the action types what which we are going to focus on here is set PFM role, package, and is authenticated. You guys, okay, let me share my screen first. Okay, is my screen visible? PFM team, Faiz, Akash, Pavan. Yep, thank you, Akash. So yes, these are the three action types which are necessary for authentication and role management, which we have been discussing from Sprint One Live onwards. Uh, And for this feature management, we have this set PFM features, which is that overview, performance, and all. So the set PFM selected feature is just to it has a value of what is the current tab you are on, and we have the set PFM feature options that is you guys have already implemented. That is mobile and desktop, right? And coming to this overview tab controls, inside the overview tab controls, you have mobile controls, desktop controls, and inside the mobile controls, you have uh, overview, mobile, circular progress bar data. I mean, you guys already familiar with these action types, which we have already discussed in the previous sprint too. But there is a specific reason why I have added here the same thing again. So the same thing, mobile. Inside that mobile, we have this tab, and inside the tabs we have a performance tab and the data for that. So in the same way, accessibility data, best practices data, SEO, and CPP. Okay, and yep, the same thing goes on for all mobile and desktop and all. Okay, but now if I yeah, let me also discuss the action types which we are going to perform in sprint 3. Okay, till now, till here it is all about sprint 2. Okay, which you guys are already familiar, but I'll tell you why I have added here. Okay, but now in this sprint, you're also focusing on this performance tab. Okay, so inside this performance tab, so you have set performance PR, this is a performance tab, right? So your module name is already performance. So we should not keep it is a bit confusing if I keep PFM here again. So I just kept PER, okay? And inside that we have these controls, that is performance metric, diagnostics, and the audits which have been passed, okay? So inside that we have this set PFM. Inside that performance tab we have this metrics data, that is this, diagnostics data, and past audits. So yeah, these are the three action types which you are going to implement in sprint 3. Sorry, additional action types. But before that, we also have some backlogs here, so which we wanted to focus here first, and after that we can focus on this performance tab. Okay, there are some miscellaneous action types or error and info action types, that are error notification, info notification action types, which is already there in sprint 2, but we haven't got that chance to use these three action types. But loading state we have used to some extent, but these two we haven't used, right? So what we have to do is we are performing an audit for a URL, right? So suppose if you couldn't perform an audit for the specific URL which user have mentioned, then you have to show this error notification. And this info notification is also pretty much similar with the damn team what I told. So what you are going to do is you are going to give a notification periodically for every 10 minutes and all. That way you are going to establish a channel where other modules or other person can communicate with your module. Okay, so yeah, that's all. These are the action types which you guys are going to work on. And let us review your source code. I also prepared some notes for you. Yeah, I prepared notes for each and everything. I did my homework this time. Give me a second. Okay, so we are good. So let me navigate to your modules. Okay, so is my screen visible and can you see the source code, or do I have to increase the font? Is it okay, or do I have to increase the font? Okay, thank you so much, Faiz. So yeah, let us start with let us action types.ts. Okay, so this is the action types what you guys have added. If you check this, PFM is authenticated. You guys have covered almost everything. You guys have added. I mean, you guys have followed the naming conventions pretty much, but there are some issues with these action types. This action type, yeah, this logout user, it is not there in the scope of this module. So please remove these action types. And we don't have this update user role and all, and we don't have this. Yeah, we don't have these two action types. So please remove those two because it is not necessary. We are not controlling the logout functionality, and we are not controlling the user updation functionality here in this module. That is already taken care in other modules. So coming to the other things, if you see these two action types, if you observe these two action types, it is set PF. Okay, here you have added set PF, but actually it should be set PFM, right? So please take care of these minute details, because as I told in the previous module, for the previous module, that uh, other the people who are working outside of this module, they will have some set of rules and guidelines how to use your module. If we haven't properly followed the same rules and regulations, it will be very tough, or it may break all changes of your module. So please make sure that you follow these naming conventions properly. Okay. And if you see this here, we have set pfm ovw, but you guys have added overview directly. So we can use some shortcodes instead of adding two big controls. Okay, overview is something that one can understand who are working inside the module of this. One can understand OVW means overview. So we don't need to mention this whole word and all. Okay. So the another change is, okay. So inside these PF components, we have common. Inside this, we have, yep, we have loading spinner. Yep. Uh, yes, feature options. Yes. Here, the source code, what you, I mean, these red squiggles or not, please ignore them. I haven't even done this npm install and all. So that's why we are getting install these packages and all. So that's why we are getting these figures and all. Okay. So, but you have added the source code of this file. That is great. But you also have to add some proper comments, like we have, you guys have been adding here, like something like this, and you can also add something like this, like what is this component for. Oh, one second, let me take, yeah, what is this component for, like what does this solve, what are the parameters, what is it going to return and all. You guys have to take care of those things also, because you're actually using this component to display the mobile and desktop buttons, right? So basically, in your whole module, if you click on this mobile, your whole module will show the data with respect to the mobile only. If you click on desktop, it shows the desktop values only for the whole module. So just imagine how important these buttons are. So this is kind of a uh, core functionality which is responsible to display the data. You got the essence, right? What I am trying to say. This is that important. I mean, this feature is that important. You are controlling the whole data of your module just based on these controls. So you should properly mention the comments and all. Okay. So yeah. The another change we have in loading spinner. In loading spinner, we have line number 14. Yep, this line number 14. So here you have commented this clip loader, right? Right. So which is you are using from other package, that is React spinners, which you are not actually using. You are just basically you are creating a loading based on this loading spinner.css, right? But if you are using that loading, if you are writing some specific certain CSS for your loading spinner, why to keep this? It is not necessary, right? So we never know whether you guys have removed this package or not. It is very tough to assume, or it is very tough to guess. Well, okay, fine, he added this React spinners, but he commented it out. Are we sure that he removed this package also from the module? So it will add some conflicts and all. So please remove the unnecessary changes, whatever you have. I mean, unnecessary changes from your module. So please take care of that next time. And coming to this tab performance or TSX, give me some time. I have to check tab performance. Okay, let me do this. Tab performance. Okay, I think I can check like this. Yes, yeah, tab performance of TSX. So inside this tab performance, we have line number 19. Yep. So here, the actual functionality could be ended at line number 147 only, but you guys have added extra spaces here. so which is not a good practice in writing source code. So please don't add these type of extra lines, extra new lines and all. So please make sure that you check your previous commits. It should not differ from the previous commits. We should not even have a single extra space also, which which is not there in the previous commit. Okay, you just have to push the source code. What is the exact changes you have done. So please don't touch or modify the previous control, the previous work what you guys have done, because importance of that is the importance you are giving to your work. Means if you are not touching your previous work, then it will work. 95% chances are there, like are most probably like this. It will work. The previous commits will work. Okay, but if with the small changes, we never know like where this is going to break and all. Okay, so yeah, please take care of these changes and all. That's all for this PFM module. So I hope you understand. Wanted to change it to PFM. Really that okay? I'm addressing through comments now. Let me stop my screen sharing. Okay, wanted to change it to set PFM initial state. See that logout user. No. Basically, you don't need initial state and all. If you check the document what which is given to you, I mean the action types document, we don't have anything. This set PFM initial state, right, Faiz? Okay, instead of logout user when one is not authenticated, I think we need to show him just some basic stuff. No, 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 no. If user is not authenticated, what you are going to do is you are just you're not going to show him anything from global initial state. So I think so. No, 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 no. Files. I mean, these were each and every one for all teams. So if you get these type of questions, please make sure that you ask your mentors first. I mean, it is good to add your own thoughts, and we really appreciate them. But if it is irrespective of the module, if it is not planned for this module, so we cannot add that extra functionality, right? So please contact your mentors first. If you get some these kind of add-ons and all, if we really feel that it is very important and it is necessary, it adds more impact for this module, we'll be very happy to add these action types and all. Got it, guys? And PFM team, thank you, guys. Thank you. And what about others? PFM team, Akash, Na, Pawan, right? Pawan, yeah, Pawan. Okay, thank you, Akash. So let me highlight it so that I won't repeat this. I won't be searching again. Okay, next. Do I have this? Okay, I have this. Okay, nice. So which team do I have to start next? Okay, let us see. Which I'm raising a poll again, guys. Uh, which module? Next module. Who else are left? ACM is left, NDM is left, and PMM is left. So the poll is on. Uh, waiting for some waiting for some quick responses. PMM 100. Okay, 67. Nice. Okay, so I think for this poll, Asian people are awake. This time, Asian people are giving some votes. Okay, PMM 50. Wow, 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 wow. I have a surprise for NVM people. Okay, end poll. Okay, I am ending the poll. So let us see the results. So the result, the winner is the PMM team. So let us start with this PMM team. Give me a second. Let me open your module and let me share the screen. Yeah. Okay. So is my screen visible, guys? The PMM team: Bhagya, Bhavani, Devi Prasanna, Nusrat. See, it's nice. I'm remembering the names. Okay. Thank you, Bhagya. So, yep, this is all about the PMM team. So, basically, you guys have this authentication and authorization action types, that is set PMM role, set PMM package, PMM is authenticated. And these are the action types which we have been discussing from previous sprints. Coming to this global model specific action types, that is PMM features, PMM selected feature, and I'm sorry, these two are the global action types, right? So we have features, that is Android and iOS, and suppose if user clicks on Android, so the selected feature would be Android, and the same vice versa. It is like this. If you select iOS, the selected feature will be iOS. Okay, so coming to this Android feature action type, we have some tabs. If user clicked on Android, so it will pop up a tab, right? A tab. So where you'll have some kind of this screen sizes, emulators, and all. Okay. So this is not done. So what we have done is, so we just added a tab. We just added a tab control tab box where we'll just display the devices. That's all. So all we did is we just hard coded everything. We haven't added the automation generation of the UI. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to tackle that first. So basically we have to add a specific action types which will have the tab names, and inside the android tab we'll have some these tabs, right? Screen sizes, emulators. So if user selected screen sizes, then the selected android tab is screen sizes. The same goes for emulators also. Okay. And yep, and coming to this, inside that android tab we have the screens, we have these emulators. So that screens, whatever the screens you are displaying on the UI in the tab, in the list, you have to take that list from separate configuration file and you have to display them in the UI automatically. You just have to map the array or the list whatever you have and display the list items generic. I mean in a generic way. Okay, so if anyone is adding a separate screen, suppose let us assume that if a non-technical guy or if a person who doesn't know technical, so we just it is very tough for him to go to the source code and to add the screen size properly. So all we have to do is if we give a separate configuration file, if we just changes the screen sizes inside the configuration file only, it will automatically reflect in the UI. That's a good approach, right? So please make sure that you follow this. You add some configuration file for this Android screens, Android emulators, and in the same way we have iOS tabs, and inside iOS tabs we have screen sizes and emulators, which is actually hard coded this time in Sprint 2. But now you have to you should not you should remove that hard coding functionality. Okay, and coming to this selected iOS tab, it is same as this selected Android tab. Okay, and coming to this iOS screens, here also you have to add the configuration file where you will have all the screen sizes through which you can generate the list of the screen sizes in a generic way. Okay, so yep, we have some miscellaneous action types too. That is set PMM, error notification, info notification, and info notification is something like for which I have explained for the previous, which I have explained in the previous two modules. That is, for every 10 minutes, please show some info notification. You can hard code that value. Maybe we can use it later. Okay, but what we are doing is we are enabling a channel where other modules can communicate with your module. Okay, and coming to this set PMM loading state, yep. What your module is doing is, if you select the screen size, you are going to display the whole website in the specific screen size, right? So if rendering of the website is taking some time, so then what you have to do is you have to enable this action, that is set PMM loading state, which actually shows the loading spinner in that uh, screen size, in the middle of that screen size, which actually helps for the user, I mean, for the user to understand, okay, please wait, we are doing something, by showing that loading state and all. Okay, maybe to add even more enhancements for this, we can add some progress bar also, but that is not necessary right now. But for now, we can show the loading state and all. Okay, these are the action types which I wanted to discuss for preview management team. Let me go to the source code. First of all, let me uh, go through the notes which I have prepared, whether do they have any changes or not. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm a old. I'm behaving like an old school guy. Okay. So coming to this preview management, yep, you guys also have some changes. So inside the source equipment modules, we have this utils action types, right? So in these action types, let me confirm again. So is my screen visible? The PMM team, PMM team, Bhagya, Nusrat, Devi Prasanna. Yep. Okay. So is it necessary to increase the font size, or is that okay, Bhagya? Thank you, Nusrat. Okay, I think the S what you said is for, okay. Thank you again. So I'm continuing. So the action types here we have. I mean, I have explained it already, but I just wanted to highlight it again. So here what we have done is set selected PMM Android device. That is actually good, but here we haven't added these action types. That is Android screens, Android tab, Android tabs, and selected Android tab, Android screens, Android emulators. In the same way for iOS tabs, selected iOS tab. So you have to add all these action types to not to hard code the functionality. Let me show you. Yeah, this is what I'm speaking about. So here what we have done is, here we have two tabs, that is phones and tablets, right? So here we are actually hard coding that we need a tab with a label of phones, we need a tab with a label of tablets, right? So that is what this is. This set PMM Android tabs. Okay, so you can replace the screen sizes with phones, and you can replace the simulators with tablets. Okay, I hope you understood what is this action type now I am speaking about. Okay, so here we have some device list, right? So we actually hard coded this device list here. So what we need is, we should not hard code these device list here. Instead, we have to add a separate configuration file, where we need to have a dedicated action type for this, for Android screens. I mean, for Android phones, for Android tablets, we should have separate configuration files with which we should render this device automatically. Okay, we are actually rendering. I mean, generically only. I mean, we are generating the UI in a generic way, but we are not getting the devices from the configuration file. That's all. Okay, so that is a change you guys have to do. And the another thing is, uh, Yep, this one coming back to here again. So this update PMM URL. So we are not updating the PMM URL anywhere. We'll just get a URL as a prop, and what we'll do is we'll use that prop and uh, we'll render the website. That's all. We are not updating the URL anyway. So please make sure that this is not necessary at all. Instead, what you can do is set PMM URL. You can keep it like that. Okay, that is appreciable. Okay, and please remove this. And coming to this PMM load and error. Okay, let me check. Yep, this one. So it is good that you have added this PMM load and error. So by name itself, you are show display you are conveying that you are showing some error if something is not loading, right? So in that case, if you are showing some important feature or important dialogue, so make sure that you add proper commits and proper credits of this file, and the explanation of this file, what is this file for and what does it has and all. Okay, like we have in other files and all. Like if you see this, we have a proper comments, and we have a proper comment for the component too. So please make sure that you also have to add these type of comments. Okay, and we have another change, that is PM settings. Where is this settings? Okay, so PM Android, and we have this A devices. Okay, so if you see this component, that is A devices, so inside this you have two functions, right? So please add a one line comment for this function, which will enable a developer to understand even more faster by just reading your comment. And that should be very crisp, it should be a one line comment. If For the component, you can add some explanation and all. For these type of functions, you don't need to add those. Uh, Clear explanation and all. Instead, you can just add a single line comment straight away. Okay, that's all I wanted to discuss for PMM module. Let me stop screen sharing. Yeah. Do you guys have any queries? Do you guys have any queries? Uh, okay. Thank you, Baki Lakshmi. Thank you so much. So let me start. Thank you, Nusrat. So let me start another poll. Okay, before a poll, okay, let us take a small break and let us do some chit chat session. Okay, are you guys familiar with the action reactions which we can use in mobile? Like, see, suppose if I do this, we are getting a thumbs up icon. If I do this, we are getting this. Yep, this one, right? So, do you guys know some specific gestures which I can follow? I don't remember them actually. Are you guys familiar with those gestures? Anyone? Anyone? No? 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 Okay, let me check. Let us take a moment and see. Gestures. These gestures are quite interesting. Okay, thumbs down. We have thumbs up and we have thumbs down, and we have heart, balloons, two fingers, two finger peace sign in a V shape. Two fingered peace sign in a V shape. What? Okay, okay. We have balloons. Okay, okay. Confetti. Two balloons. Sign using fireworks. Two thumbs up. Okay, two thumbs up for fireworks. Let us see. Okay, we have fireworks. Okay. Uh, Two thumbs down for rain. Okay. How is this? How is this? Is that exciting? Is that exciting? No, no, no. Okay, it's raining. It's raining. It's good to have some fun. It's good to have some fun in between. Okay. I think we have some more. I think we have some more. Let me check. Laser burst. Rock on sign with both hands. What do you mean by rock on sign? Rock on sign, is this rock on? Yeah, it is rock on. Oh, this is great. This is great. Great. What is this confetti? Okay, we have hearts too. I mean, it is showing heart kind of. Yeah, we have this too. Okay. Okay, that's all. That's all we have. Those are the gestures we can use. Okay. That is good. That is good. Interesting. Okay, let me raise another poll. Enough of the fun. Okay. Which model? Who are left? Who are left? We are left with ACM and we are left with NBM, right? So we covered three models. So let us see who are going to win in this race. ACM, NBM, 0 0. Okay, NBM 100. Nice, nice. NBM 0 again. Okay, 100 again. Okay. What about ACM guys? Come on, please hurry up. We have 5 more seconds. Okay, three, two, one. Let me end the poll. Okay, so yep. So NBM is 85% and ACM is 14%. Let us see. NBM got the prize. Okay, NBM got the prize. What is this? Which one? Okay, NBM got the prize. Okay. So uh, let us see. Let me open your let me open your. Give me a minute. Okay, yeah, this is a surprise which I wanted to tell you. Basically, you guys don't have any action types in this print, which is actually good news. But I have some. I think I have some reviews. Yes, I have only one review for your module. Uh, Let me share my screen and show you. Yes, you guys have no action types this time for this print, but instead you have to implement the feature inside the functionality only. I mean, your functionality basically. I Let me put it this way: your functionality doesn't need any action type. Okay, and and okay. So the change is inside these NB handlers. Oh my God, I have written line number 13, but where is this? Oh, yeah, this is a file. So if you see this line number 13, can you guys see my screen? And is the source code visible or do you have to increase the font size? Is the screen set? Okay, thank you, Sudhir. So if you see this variable, if you see this import, if I highlight on that, here it is declared, but the value is never read, right? So basically, the import what you are using that is actually not being used anywhere, right? So please ignore these kind of. Please make sure that you check each and every import, export, comment, use state variables, everything, each and every line along with the spaces, new lines and all. Make sure that if it is not necessary, please do not keep that. Okay. So this is the only congratulations. This is the only change you have uh, in my notes. Yes, I have written only single line. Okay, that's all for NVM team. That is a surprise which I have for you. I'm sorry that I can reveal that in the starting itself, so that we can complete your discussion of your module initially itself. But yeah, it's worth waiting because by listening other module changes and all, you won't repeat the same thing again. Say what others did, what others did. Okay, and there's no offense. Like it's all about progress, right? We have to increase our progress gradually, step by step. Okay, so yep. Let us start with ACM. So before starting this AC, explaining this AC module, I just wanted to check whether the ACM team, are you guys there? Nikita, Devashini, Joseph, and yep, okay. So Nikita, Joseph, yes, yes. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, okay, fine then. Let's start. So is my screen visible, Nikita, and ACM team? So every time, in the documentation, the first thing which I will work on is ACMT. So if I want to start working on any module, or if I want to uh, commit, or if I want to release a tag, create a tag, the first module which I'll focus on is ACM module. I don't know why. Okay, so this asset customization module, let us start looking into this. We have this auth section, that is ACM role, ACM package, ACM is authenticated, right? So these are the action types which we have been discussing from sprint one onwards. So if you guys have any doubt, please make sure that you watch that live again. And these are the global action types, that is ACM features, ACM selected feature. ACM features means inside the ACM feature we have clip art and image, and inside this set ACM selected feature, we we are going to store the value of the selected tab, that is clip art or image. Okay, so coming to this clip art feature, we have this icon styles, that is icon style filled, outline, bold, bold, maybe break, kind of these kind of styles all there inside our icon styles, right? So that is what it has. Okay, so if we select some icon style, we need to dispatch an action, that is selected icon style, and we need to dispatch an action, that is the icon which is selected, that is set ACMCA icon. And inside the clip art we have control tabs, that is icon and background. And inside the clip art, I mean, if we select icon, the icon value is going to store here. That is, you can guess that already. Excuse me. So we are storing a value of the selected clipart control tab, that is icon or background. Okay, so here we have set ACM CAI, that is clipart icons tab control name, that is set CAI ACM CAI icon size is a control inside this icon tab of clipart feature, right? So that is what this naming convention is. Actually we have discussed all these in sprint 3 only, sorry, sprint 2 itself. There is a reason why I have mentioned here again, so which I'll explain you again. Okay, so in the same way for background, now in this sprint you are going to focus on image features. So here also you have pretty much a lot of action types, uh, with which you should not repeat the same thing what we have, for the reason, I mean, for the reason we kept this, we should not repeat the same thing. That is why I have added these action types to in a proper way. So please make sure that you also follow the same naming conventions and all. Okay. So set ACM image control tabs. Inside the image, we have some control tabs, that is icon, image, and background. So set ACM selected. Inside the image tab, we have this selected control is whether image or the background. Okay, inside the image tab, we have a separate control, that is image size, increasing the image size, making it transparent, removing the background color, sorry, changing the background color. These type of controls all comes under this image and the background. Okay, so these are the action types which you are going to work in your sprint 3, and you have some miscellaneous action types too, that is undo action, redo action, reset action, last action, next action, and all, etc. Okay, so yep, for the info action type, yep, for the info action, the same thing goes for you too. For every 10 minutes periodically, please just push an info notification which establishes a channel, uh, how to communicate with other module, how other module is communicating with your module, that is ACM. So it actually helps by establishing the channel, so that we'll get to know the path once. So after that, we have this ACM loading state. We'll check through this whether this is really necessary or not. But it is good to keep, if any part of your module, if it is taking some time, or if it is taking some time to converting of the uh, HTML DOM element to the image. So if you suppose, let us assume that you are converting a DOM to image, so it will take some time, right? So in that time, so you can show this ACM loading state and all. So we just added for reference purpose. So we'll figure it out as a team, and discuss we'll discuss that whether we have to keep this action type or not. Okay, sounds good. So coming to this ACM save action, yep, we will add a save button which will save the current functionalities or the current changes whatever user have done, so that user can start from where he left. Okay, so yeah, these are the action types which you are going to work on. So let me open the source code of yours. Okay, let me open the notes. Okay, so action types. So yeah, the action types what we have given in the documentation. If you see this set ACM role, it is mentioned in the source code as set role, set ACM package type, set authentication. So please make sure that you properly add or follow you properly follow these naming conventions. Functionality wise and the features wise, your module, you guys have implemented a lot of features, but with respect to the action types, the naming conventions of the action types are not same. Okay, so please make sure that you follow these naming conventions again. And if you see these last four actions, it is good that you have added this undo action type comment for this undo action type, but there is no comments for this redo action, last action, select action. Okay, so I don't think so whether we have this select action or not in the action types. Please make sure that recheck the documentation once, and make sure that if it is mentioned or not, and please make sure that do the necessary changes. Okay, and we have some action types which are missing here. That is reset action. Last action is already there, but yes, this next action is not there. Yep, we don't have this next action, and we don't have some other actions. That is, please make sure that check this document once, because I haven't gone through each and every action type here because of the naming conventions. So please make sure that the check the use case of the action type here, and match out with the use case or match out the naming conventions what you guys have followed, and please make sure the changes. Okay, so the next change is the controllers. We have this AC display controller. Yep. Inside the AC display controller, we have this line number 20. This simple bar is imported, but is declared, but you are not using this anywhere. So please make sure that you do not add. Please make sure that you should not add any unnecessary imports or unnecessary state variables in your whole module. Okay. So we have this another change, that is, yeah, I can control it. Give me a second, guys. Even it is a bit tough for me. Okay, CA icon controls. Yeah, this is a CA icon controls. there is no commenting in the top of the file, which actually explains what is this file for and what is the functionality of this file, what is actually happening inside the file and all, and the credits also. So please make sure add these comments also in the starting. And inside this AC preview, we have one more thing, that is AC preview. Inside this AC preview, we have the same change. So here also we don't have comments at the top of the file. Okay, please make sure that add that AC feature controller. So inside this AC feature controller, we have this allowed controls, which is actually declared, but its value is never read. So please make sure that you actually use this. Then, if you are not using this allowed AC controls, then there is no need of this state variable, right? So we are just declaring a state variable which is of no use, and you are not using this state also. Maybe you are using this path, but you are not using state, right? So please, you can we can remove them. Okay. And yes, uh, so far, these are the changes which I have for ACM module, which I wanted to discuss. Now, another interesting thing which I wanted to discuss, for which applies for each and every team, is in Sprint 2, we observed a major change, a major difference. That is, we have assigned you multiple tasks, right? So, whenever you complete a single task, please make sure that you talk to your assigned mentors and take a review from them and push a comment to the GitHub, to the version control system. So that is actually helpful to check the history of the commits. If we complete 5 tasks at a time, if we want to take the review, it is very tough to uh, do the review of the source code, and it is very tough to prepare the documentation of the feature what you have done, and it is very tough to mention everything in a single commit message. So please make sure that you, after completing each and every task, whether it might be a single line change or single letter change, also please make sure that you have to take a proper review from your assigned mentors and push that to a version control system under the guidance. Okay, that's all which I wanted to discuss for asset customization module and for all other modules. Yep. Coming to this asset customization module, do you guys have any question? Nikita, Jose, and from your team? Okay. Yep. Hope it's clear. Guys, anyone have any queries, or we can end this live session with a thumbs up? No, this time it is not coming. Okay, it came, it came. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Yep. I think we are good for this live session today, and hope you are going to enjoy all the functionalities, all the features what you are going to implement in your Sprint 3. All the very best. Thank you so much, and let us know. Yes. Have fun. Take care. Bye bye.